Hey everyone, so today is module 1 day, which is theory, multiple choice and hazard perception. I'm doing mine in Stockport today. I've got the multiple choice at 2, and then the only slot for the hazard perception. The hazard perception is at 5, but as I said in the previous video, I'm hoping that they'll just let me do them both at the same time, and then I can get back because I need to pick my daughter up, and I need to get sorted. I've tidied this place up a little bit. So yeah, I booked this over a month ago. So I've had a month of hardcore learning. I always remember when I passed my theory test for the HGV about 10 years ago. I used a DVD CD-ROM thing, and then when I got to the test centre, it was the same program that they were using that I'd been tested, that I'd been learning on. So that really helped. I think I got 100%. So I can't remember. If it wasn't 100, it was 98, something like that. So the theory test consists of 100 questions. That's the multiple choice. Your pass mark is 85, I believe, 85%. So you can get 15 wrong. What I did was I downloaded an app this time. There's plenty of apps on the App Store or Play Store, whoever you're with, and that'll help you out. Most of them are free, but there are some that you need to pay for. The ones that you need to pay for have a bigger database of questions and are more likely to get you ready and prepared for the multiple choice questions and the hazard perception. I downloaded one that I'll try and put a link in for into the description. I think it was like $8.99 or $11.99, something like that. It seems like a lot of money, but in the grand scheme of things, I mean, I'm expecting to fork out upwards of $2,000 to get everything done and dusted. So it's all part of it. So yeah, downloaded the app first because it said that it had some case studies on, which would help towards my CPC module 2. So I downloaded all that. It ended up only having 6 case studies on, so it didn't really help that much. However, it did have quite a good coaching program on there where it would give you randomized questions every day, or you could go through the whole question database and learn that way. Best way I learn is to do mock test after mock test after mock test after mock test, and just try and get that pass percentage up. And then eventually you're probably going to go through the whole questions database. And considering I've been doing it for about 30 days and I've been doing about 3 or 4 a day, I'm getting, I think the lowest pass percentage I got really early on was 86%, which was probably my first go. And then anything after that's been over 90. So I'm hopeful. It's also got a huge database of hazard perception. Hazard perception has changed a lot since I last did it. When I did it, it was like dash cam actual footage, but now it's CGI. The database has 20 official CGI videos on there, and then around 80 other CGI and real world ones. So yeah, you can't really go wrong. I mean, if it's CGI, the whole way it's built and the whole simulation is going to be focused around that error, that one hazard or 2 hazards that you need to focus on. Real world ones, you'll see a lady walking down with a pram here and doing this, and a dog maybe on a lead over there. It's trying to throw you off because it's real world and that's how you sort of deal with things there, not the hazards really. It's the guy reversing out the drive 30 seconds later that's the hazard. But the CGI one's a lot better because they're more focused on that approaching hazard and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's what I've been doing with the multiple choice and the hazard. I've been using that app constantly. So 2 o'clock, Stockport. I'm gonna set off in about what time is it now? About 12:20. I'm gonna set off at 1. Takes about 25 minutes to get there, but Stockport's a nightmare parking. So I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna find somewhere to park, and then I'm gonna get to the test centre 15 minutes early, like it requests. Take your driving licence with you, and then they'll give you a locker to put everything in. You can't take your phone in, you can't take your coats, you can't take anything that you could use for cheating. Lock up, be given a computer. Hopefully I can do one test after the other. If not, I'm going to be back outside my car for 3 hours and paying more parking. So when you see me next, I'll be at the car park ready to go to the test centre. Take care. Right, I'm going to test my editing skills out there and see if I can work that clap. If not, then you won't have a clue what I'm talking about. Right, I've just got here. It is 22 to 2, and I'm just parked up waiting. It's about a 5-minute walk from here, so I'm going to get off now. I'm in Stockport. I'm going to walk down to the test centre and yeah, let's see how I do. See you in a minute.
One eternity later.
Right, I'm back. It's windy today. Right, I'll be honest, I've spent 30 days, I say 30 days, let's just say a month. I've spent a month revising, doing like 4 tests a day, doing about 3 hazard perception tests a day, and there were still 3 or 4 questions in there that stumped me. There was one, you're driving a petrol tanker through a tunnel, what should you do? Or what precautions should you take? And the answers were call for an escort, put your warning beaker on, put your hazard lights on, I think was the other one, and turn off all electrical equipment in case it starts a fire. And then I'm thinking to myself, do petrol tankers have beacons? Surely you won't put your hazard lights on because you're moving at speed through a tunnel. You're not moving 10 mile an hour or whatever. You're not performing any sort of operation. So it can't be that. Obviously you don't get the answers. I don't know. Why would you, if you're going through tunnel after tunnel after tunnel, why every time would you call for an escort if you hadn't already had an escort with you? So I didn't think it was that. The only thing I could think was that it was turn off all electrical equipment in case of a fire, because that's the last thing you want with a petrol tanker, isn't it? That's the last thing I'd want. But then I thought, well, what electrical equipment? Surely the electrical equipment in your truck is running off the engine or the battery. Looks like, they mean like phones and sat navs and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. I went with that one. But I haven't looked at my results yet because I wanted to do that on camera. Plus it's windy and I didn't want to be looking outside the test station and everything blow away. So I've got them here. And we'll have a look together. So let's go for the first one. So this is the hazard perception one. I passed. I got 82 out of 100. Oh, so that's like 18 marks missed.
to be fair, it was, again, the hazard perception ones, even though I used the app and had the CGI, they were totally different. And it's a bigger screen, everything's moving. Yeah, I suppose your reaction is just a bit different. There was one on the app where you're going down the road and there's a wagon parked up, and you can just see these two women appear. There's the two women appear on this side of the wagon, and then they appear coming out of the back behind it. And I got used to clicking that, and then the clip came up in the test. I thought, oh, nice one, I know this. I clicked it early. So I'm looking for these two women, and instead of two women, it was a red car. So I think my reactions were slower on that because I was expecting these two women, and I thought, well, maybe they're behind this car. So I reckon I got slower. But I passed. Pass mark is 67. It says on a double hazard clip, I scored 7 points. So obviously there's maximum 10 on that. I scored no points on one clip. I wonder if I was too... In fact, I better know what... There was one where it was coming over the bridge. It was coming over like a bridge, just coming up to it. And there was trees everywhere. And all of a sudden there was a wagon, but the wagon was the same colour as the trees. And I noticed it last minute. Before the guy slams his brakes on. So probably that. So I scored 5 points on 9 clips. 4 points on 6 clips. 3 points on 2 clips. I didn't score 2 points or 1 point, and then I completely fluffed one of them. Maybe my trigger finger's not what it used to be. So yeah, that's a pass. And I can block that out. I'll show you so you can see that I'm not bully bullshitter. Pass. Okay. Right, this is a multiple choice one. Oh, there's 2 of them. You have passed the large vehicle. Hold on. Oh, passed. Woohoo! Yeah! Right, okay. 93 out of 100. So I got 7 wrong. You passed the large vehicle test of driving theory as prescribed under the Section 89 Road Traffic Act 1988. Yeah, I got 93 out of 100. I got 1 wrong for vehicle conditioning. 1 wrong for vehicle loading. Oh, there was a loading one I was unsure about, and that was what the centre, like a centre of gravity one. Is it at the front? Is it at the back? Is it low down and in the middle? Which is what I put. Is it high up? Which don't make any sense for cornering and all that sort of stuff. Accident handling. I got 3 wrong for accident handling. Maybe there was one that said you're in an accident, or you crashed your vehicle or something, or an incident, a motor vehicle incident. That's what it was. You're in a motor vehicle incident with another driver. Both of you are unharmed. What must you do? And the answers were produce your driving license. Produce your documentation of insurance, which to me you give them, that's for the police, you know. You phone the police, or you let the police know, or you give each other names and address details. And I thought, it says a vehicle, it says an incident, a collision, that's what it was, a collision. And I thought, well, it doesn't state how bad the collision is. Alright, you're unharmed and stuff, but the vehicles might be write-offs, you know. So I put phone the police as soon as. You never know. It could be debris about the road, it could be a bit of a carnage. Yeah, you're alright. It didn't elaborate really on the question. But anyway, it's all by the by because I passed. That's module 1 done. Tick it off. And Monday's a CPC, and my faith in the app now is a little bit less than it was, but we'll see. But on the app, there's a lot of reading material, so I think this weekend I'm just going to have to knuckle down. So my next video is going to be on Monday for the CPC Module 2, and see you then.